Good morning, children. Let's continue the lesson Heat. In the previous class, we have studied few examples on transfer of heat, mode of heat transfer, that is conduction and convection. Today's class we will study what is radiation. We have already studied what is conduction and convection. In conduction of heat, we studied that the heat passes from the good conductors of heat like metals. First, the heat will be passed through the closest area and then slowly it will pass to the farer area. In convection, we have studied that when the lower surface of the container is heated, the water by itself rotates internally into the container. The hot water comes upwards and the cold water goes downwards. This is called the convection of heat. In today's class, we will study radiation. Before studying radiation, let's understand one example, one experiment on the textbook page number 60. Things you require are a test tube, a piece of ice, wire gauze, a burner, a candle, etc. Look into the picture now. There is a burner with one test tube and a holder is fitted to the test tube. You have to hold the test tube holder in your hand in such a way that the test tube is filled with water with an ice cube covered with a wire gauze. Okay, the ice cube is wrapped with the wire gauze and that ice cube covered with wire gauze is dropped into the water into test tube. After it is dropped into water into test tube, this test tube is given heat. It is kept slanting. See into the picture on textbook page number 60. Figure number 9.4. The relation between density and convection. The test tube is heated by the slanting way in such a way that the heat is not provided at the lowest part of the test tube but the uppermost part of the test tube. It is observed that the heat does not get transferred to the lower part of the test tube. That is, the ice cube will not get melted. Why does this happen? In the point of convection of heat, we have studied that the heat which is present at the lower part, the water which is already heated to the lowest part of the container rises up and goes upwards, and the water which is cold to the uppermost part of the beaker comes down. This happens because of the density of the water. As the water is heated, the density of water decreases, and as the density decreases, the water rises upwards. But in the next experiment, 9.4 figure, we come to know that as we provide heat to the uppermost level of the test tube, the uppermost level only gets heated. The water which is present in the uppermost level gets heated, in which we understand that the water which is present to the uppermost level, that only density decreases. Its density decreases. Therefore, it doesn't come downwards. It remains on top only, and therefore the ice cube doesn't get melted. Now let's understand what is radiation. Figure number 9.5, you can see a bonfire and a person with its hands closer to the bonfire. In an example of bonfire, the fire is closer to the hands of a person, but air is present between the fire and the hands. So there is a medium between fire and the man for the heat to pass. But what about an example of a sunlight? The sun is very much far to the earth. Though the people are standing on the land, on the earth, still when there is sunlight, our body gets heated. We feel heat if we stand in the sunlight. Why does it happen? It happens because of the effect of radiation. That property is called as radiation. Radiation means there is transfer of heat even though there is no medium. There is no medium between the earth and the sun. There is a layer of atmosphere around the earth, but that too it is not till the sun. It is only around the earth. That too it is very thin layer of atmosphere layer. So therefore in this content, in this experiment, we come to know that the heat can be transferred without medium. It can be transferred in vacuum also. Let's understand one more experiment on the textbook page number 61. For this we require 2 aluminium tins of the same size, 2 small glasses, water, thermometer, black paint, etc. What you have to do in this experiment? For one aluminium tin, you have to color it with black color paint, and the other aluminium tin should be kept as same. You have to fill one glass of water in that black colored tin and another glass of water in the without colored tin, and just keep it in the sunlight and place one thermometer in one tin, another thermometer in another tin. After some time you will observe that the tin which is colored with black color, the outer surface which is colored with black color, the water gets heated into it more as compared to the tin which is not colored. This happens because of it is colored with black color. The black color attracts more amount of heat, and therefore as it attracts more heat, the water in it gets more heated. Here we finish up with the point radiation. In the next class, we shall study with good and bad conductors of heat. Thank you.